Hey there, YouTubers. JB Coins here. Another of our videos, regular videos that is, $25 box of pennies. And as we've said before, if you can get the kind that have the holes in the top that you can see that there are varying colors. Occasionally, like the one box we did where we saw wheat right through the window, that was kind of cool. But what you don't want to see, unless you're looking for new mint issue, is if they're all shiny, they're new mint issue, usually. It's very rare that you'd have very shiny all the way across and open them up and find circulated. This is a circulated box, so if you're looking for copper, if you're looking for errors, if you're looking for your collectibles, key dates, this is what you're looking for. If you get the shiny one, you're only going to get whatever year and whatever mint is in that box. Which, like we said, isn't necessarily a bad thing. We've done that a few times on here, and we've got a nice healthy stack of those. Now, we're going to go through the most common, seems to be the most common denomination that people are coin roll hunting for various reasons, the pennies. There's copper hoarders, preppers, coin roll hunters, coin collectors, error pickers, cherry pickers, all kinds of different names for different types of things that people are doing. So we're going to set this up far enough that we have some room to work, because I want to find a nice old memorial on here. Let's go with this one. The Lincoln on the front looks pretty old, just for the heck of it. Yeah, he's pretty grungy, but that doesn't mean he's old. Magic screwdriver, magnifying glass, which we refer to as cheater. So we're very close to 1,900 subscribers as we shoot this video. I think we're within a dozen or two, which is awesome. And of course, the next big hurdle is 2,000, which will be really cool. You know, we're trying to do videos that you guys are asking questions about. We've done what we're calling the informational series to try and educate you about different types of coins, not just pennies, but nickels, dimes, quarters, and the different types over the years. Pennies are the hardest to do, which is why we've saved them for last. So watch for us to do a video on the Flying Eagle series of videos. That'll be coming up in the near future. And when we do that one, you'll find out why we picked that. But for right now, we're kind of digging through the pile here. That's a shield penny that's pretty well trashed. Let's see. 2015, nothing worth there. 96. 99. Not in too bad a shape. Set that one aside. Check it under the mic for magnifier, the cheaters, so I can see if there's an error there, or variety, or. And I'm throwing the copper to the side, to the right side, and the stuff that goes back to the bank to the left. That's how we always do this. Or excuse me, we don't do the bank anymore. We have learned that great way to beat the system, great way to not waste as much time re-rolling these when you get all done. In fact, when I bought the box, the teller said, "Don't you want rolls?" I said, "No, no thanks." Because what we've learned is Coinstar, which we really didn't like at first, until we found that the local Coinstar that was fairly new when we moved to the area and didn't have any options in it. We found a local Coinstar, and they're all a little different. It depends on the store they're in. We found that out. The local Coinstar gave us an option to get gift cards for things like Starbucks and Amazon and Applebee's. This is a 61D, by the way. So instead of going and putting 20 bucks into the coffee fund for my morning commute to work, we realized that we're doing this, and a $25 box usually yields about 17, 18 bucks, sometimes a little more. That thing is so nasty, you can't really tell what year it is. But if you look at the edges right here, you can kind of tell from the look of it and the feel of it that that is probably a zinc penny. It's very light and it's pretty beat up and really corroded where they've broken off the pieces. It just doesn't feel right. I mean, it's an educated guess, I guess. But anyway, we take these back and it costs us $0. Said that right, I didn't stutter. You know, if you go to your own bank even, here's another 64. Sometimes you go to the bank that you do business with and they want to charge you $5 for the box, or they want to charge you $5 to take the re-rolls back. I've heard even outrageous numbers like $10 a box, or 5 and 5, which would be $10 a box. So instead, we get the coins for free. We do what we're doing here for you guys and for ourselves. And then when we get done, we take this back to the Coinstar and we select gift certificate, e-certificate they call it, and we choose, most of the time, we choose Starbucks. And what it does is it counts all your change, and then it issues you, that's a 68D. It's kind of strange looking. Let's set that aside. That doesn't look like a normal penny. Something not quite right with it. Hey, 52, which means it's a Wheatie. There we go. Our first Wheatie in the box on camera. He's got a little booger on his head, but you know, it's a 52. Looks pretty clean. I mean, it looks pretty clear other than being clean. But anyway, we get the gift certificate and it costs us nothing. They do not take out the 8 or 10% fee if you just put the money in and say, I want the cash. If you want to do that, that's fine. It's still not bad because if it's close by like ours is, you know, you're paying 10%, 8%. So on $20 worth of pennies, instead of spending a couple hours re-rolling them and then driving God knows how far to get to the bank, you're going to pay $1.50, $2 to the Coinstar machine, and the rest you're going to get back in cash. We're actually getting to use this money twice because we do this, you guys get to see it, then we take it to the Coinstar, we get the Starbucks certificate, we go on the site, we load it onto our card, and we get to drink it. So unless we find something else exciting in the box, for now we're going to cut and we'll catch you at the wrap. If we see something really cool, we'll stop and film it for you guys. Okay guys, told you we'd stop. We found something really cool. In the wrap up you're going to see a lot of stuff, but you don't see a 1918 very often, and that's one right there. He's a little worn. Back's got a couple blemishes on there, and the sheaves of wheat are fairly worn, but man, a 1918. Okay, I can't tell if there's a mint mark there or not, but just thought we'd show that to you. See you at the wrap. Okay, YouTubers, there's another one. 38. It's really pretty nice shape. I mean, it's got a lot of patina on it, but looks pretty nice. I mean, you can see the detailing on the wheat too. See you at the wrap. Okay, YouTubers, here's the wrap up. We've got a big pile as usual on the left going back to Coinstar for our Starbucks fund. Smaller pile up there to the right, which is our copper, pre-82. Copper that, unlike the ones down here that we'll show you, they're just scrap. They're not, you know, they're not potential coin collection type coins. We did get 10 wheats. The oldest was the 1918 you saw on camera, and a 1938, 1941, and the newest is a 1957. They're in average condition. The 18 you saw is kind of beat up, but for almost 100-year, what, a 98-year-old coin, something like that. It's, you know, it's in pretty good shape. We've got 4 Canadians. The oldest is a 56. A couple of years after Queen Elizabeth became the Queen, and it's actually in pretty nice shape, but it has the copper content we want. That's the main thing. And then I'm going to zoom in a little bit here so I can start showing you a couple of these things here. and you can tell I'm doing it, not Camera Girl. These are the 2009s, and they're really hard to see. They're not in great shape. Those are the 2009 Lincoln sitting on the log, known as the rail splitter. We've talked about that error many times, where his left hand on the Bible has extra material in and around his hand. I've checked those three. None of them have it. So they go back to the coffee fund. Then we have 1999s in really nice shape, and a couple 2000s in really nice shape that we checked for. If I can zoom in here, yeah, actually get a good picture there. If you see the letters A and M in the word America, and on these they're almost touching. Actually, you can see a couple of them there. Those are what are known as a close AM. That's the normal condition for the 99 and the 2000. If there was a gap between the A and the M, like there is between the M and the E, that would be a wide AM. And in the 99, upwards of $300 in this condition potentially. In the 2000, about 20 bucks, because they're a little more common. But that's a really good error for you guys to look for. Obviously, if you have them and they're really nice and shiny like this in good condition, it makes it easier to look, and they're going to be worth more money. But even if they're beat up, if they have that problem or that condition, they are still something that you can possibly turn into more money than face value, obviously. Then we got into, we always talk about each box has its own personality, and some really weird stuff that kind of started to surface as I went through this box. You see an 85, an 89, a couple 89s, several of them, several 90s, and it goes all the way through to the 99s, like you saw above, that are in really, really nice shape. We found a lot of 1990s, and it was really strange. It wasn't like a whole roll, but there were a lot of 90s, and a lot of them were just not great. But there were 4 or 5 here that are really nice coins, and they're, as of the shooting of this video, they're 25 years old. The 2016s will be coming out soon. So again, something you could put in your coin collection if that's what you're looking for, and you're paying face value. Then we get down here to the real oddities, if you will. We've got a 93 here with some really bizarre rainbow speckling all over this thing. It's almost hard to make it out. It almost looks like a piece of mica, the way the colors keep changing. I mean, even the back, you can see it's just all over the place. Purples, reds, just browns. It's just really, really wild. And then there's a 2013 right next to it that has this discoloration or patina around the rim that's also multicolor, and it's on the front and also a little bit on the back, but the front is more prominent on that one. And then next to it we've got an 81 that's in fair condition. It's fair to good, and you can see it's an offset strike. It's off to the northwest a little bit. The rim here is thicker. The rim over here by the word in is razor thin. We've got a little bit of doubling on that rim that it's offset. Not a huge amount, but it is still an offset. These two, I don't know if I can get it to show up on the camera. Gonna try. Yeah, you can kind of see it on the 90. Yeah, you can see it on both coins. What appears to be some pretty nice die cracks. One right across Lincoln's chin on the 90 from his shoulder all the way to the edge, and the 91 is from his lapel under his bow tie off to the edge on that side. And the 91's not too bad a shape. I mean, it's a 91. So a couple die cracks. That's kind of cool. Here's another 91, and this one is going to be really hard to show up on camera. This one is either a weak strike, you can see, or along the edge by the L in Liberty, through the words "In God," you can kind of see there's a line rolling around there. That's actually a ridge. So it's either a weak strike, struck through grease, something like that, where we're getting an error right along that area. And then the last coin we've got, I wasn't really sure what to think of this one because, as you can see, it's a 92. It's got these silver spots, almost as if the plating is coming off. And you have the zinc exposed underneath, which is a known condition on some of the zinc pennies. The back is very light. It doesn't look to be fully plated like it should be. And then you have these 3 black spots on the bottom, which I thought maybe were smudges or ink marks, and I blew them up the best I could, and they look more like a DLAM, or either a DLAM or missing material. And with these other white spots, I'm not sure if this is an error or not. This is going to go in our box that we take to the old gentleman with the microscope that we mentioned a lot, and let him have the last say on that one. But all in all, really interesting box. Lots of different things. Lots of history there, and 100 years worth of pennies. Pretty cool. So hope you guys like it. I know it's a very long video. I hope you guys enjoy it. Please continue to like, share, and subscribe. Till next time, JB Coins signing off.